Hey, how you doing? Want to find out what's in my bag? Oh fuck, that sounds so goddamn dirty. Today we're going to talk about what's in my camera bag. I'm traveling, so I figured this is a good opportunity to show you one of the ways that I carry my gear when I travel. Stay tuned. All right, so this is what everything looks like all packed up. I've got 2 cubes. That's it. These are these Eagle Creek packing cubes. They're pretty cheap. I got them in REI. They basically hold every bit of gear I have that I'm gonna take on this particular trip. They're pretty small. They fit right in a suitcase. They basically just kind of go in there with my luggage, kind of slide them in like that. They take up minimal room and I don't have to carry a special bag. Even tinier one kind of goes in my quick carry-on if I want to change things up. I carry my my simple camera that I just kind of shoot with that I don't need to think about too much. I just wrap it in this kind of wrap. Laptop and my essential kit. This is pencils, stickers, business cards. It's full of paper. I've got a tiny journal in the back that I carry for, just walking around if I need something to write stuff down on. Pretty simple. Phone, tiny Leatherman. Tripod if I'm going to bring it. It's just a simple Me Photo folding tripod. It's not fantastic, but it does the trick. So when I'm out on trips, I really don't want to carry around a camera bag. Couple different reasons. I don't want to look like the obvious person that's rolling around shooting stuff, and I've got my tech bag with my tripod hanging off of it and something like that. I try and minimize the impact in which I look like I've got a ton of photo gear with me. One, because it's a great safety issue. I'm less of a target. I look like I'm not carrying as much stuff. So it works a lot easier. It's easier to travel in and out of buses or trains or whatever I'm doing. I've been a big fan of this bag. This has been kind of my day travel bag. It's just a sling. It's pretty simple. It's really small. It's not that big at all. But what's really cool about the packing cube is if I want to take some gear, I just consolidate, throw the cube in, and I'm good to go. That's it, done. I can throw my wallet in there, a bottle of water, throw it over my back, and that's all I'm carrying. If I've got my one camera out like this, I look really inconspicuous, and it's really easy to just kind of go through the day and not worry about things too much. The bigger one, it's holding all the gear for me to travel with to the location I'm going to. Once I'm there, I'm gonna pull the camera out. I'm gonna just toss my main camera into the bag. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I might wrap a scarf or a cloth around it just to kind of protect it, but these are pretty sturdy. They handle pretty well. You don't have to be as protective with them, and I found that this works perfect every single time. All right, so I'm gonna tear all of this apart and show you how much stuff you can actually get in these 2 cubes, and then kind of give you a breakdown of everything, give you an overview of all the different kinds of gear I'm taking, maybe some thoughts about why I'm taking them, whatnot, but check it out. Okay, so we've unpacked everything. We've got it kind of all out. You saw how much stuff actually fits in those 2 cubes. I think I'm always surprised how much I can actually carry in them. And this is what has turned me off of actually carrying a camera bag proper, like an actual suited camera bag. It's too easy to put these things in a suitcase. It's way easier to kind of mix and match which luggage I want to take depending on where I'm going. And I've just found it to be a heck of a lot easier because I can basically turn in my favorite bags that I like to travel with into camera bags without having the hassle of worrying about its special function or being able to borrow a friend's bag or something else and not having to worry about, oh, can I put all my gear in there? It basically acclimates how much stuff I really want to carry into these cool little cube-like dimensions, and I can think about them more like blocks. So am I carrying this block, which is this camera that I use to shoot this or that? Or am I using this block that I'm going to use to carry just power and cables and whatever, and I don't have to think about it? It's just really easy to kind of think about what I want to take with me and not stress it too much by just going with a block system. So for the trip I'm going on this upcoming next week, I'm taking with me my Sony a7S. I love this camera. I'm not bringing any other lens other than the 35mm on this one. It's pretty fantastic. I have the extended battery pack on mine because this camera is notoriously terrible with battery life. So you can carry two. It's actually kind of nice because you get a different button setup, you get more grip. It's already pre-got my tripod slot on there, so I'm good to go. I'm also bringing with me my Fuji X70. This is kind of, I really like this camera. I was surprised, I thought I was gonna hate it, but I have to admit, I really, really like it. There's no viewfinder on it, so it is kind of a touristy kind of point and shoot, but you know what, honestly, the quality of the pictures that are coming out of it are great. They're still raw. It has a pretty cool little screen, so you can even do the selfie crap, but I just like it. It's a nice little camera that I can just kind of carry with me. It can hang really easily, it's inconspicuous, no one really notices, and it encourages me to shoot more in situations where I might feel uncomfortable carrying the larger camera, or just not want to have to take cell phone pictures. I'm just not a fan. I carry my memory cards. You notice I carry a lot more than might be obvious. I tend to change my memory cards every day. That way, in case I lose the camera, I lose the card, a million different things can happen. I haven't lost all of my images, and I keep this entirely separate from my regular gear. I don't carry this with me. If I'm gonna need two cards that day, I'll take another card out and I'll slip it in my bag and not worry about it. It's kind of my backup storage. If I have time, I'll usually back up to an external drive off of laptop, not worry about it too much. I have two different tripods. You saw the larger one here. It's foldable. It's pretty light. It's not bad. But I also like to carry this, and this is a tiny little single little tripod stand. It doesn't look like much, but you know what? This has done a fantastic job, especially if I'm pairing it with the Syrup Mini. I am such a big fan of Syrup. This is their mini time-lapse pano movement device. You basically just pair these two, put your camera on it, set it and forget it, and these are great. More often than not, sometimes I will just travel with this tripod versus this tripod because this can fit easily in a pocket in a bag, where this, I have to carry it and it's more obvious. Depends on what I'm trying to go for. If it's street photography, I want to be inconspicuous and small and out of the way, so this does that trick. I don't like camera straps all that much. What I have done is I've kind of created my own with some climbing rope, just basically sewn and tied my own ends. And what I like to use is these tiny little locking carabiners. So I can basically configure this as a sling or a full-on loop if I really want to. On the camera, it's got the little D-rings that are right here. I just snap on, I'm good to go. It's pretty easy. I don't care about it if I lost it, and guess what? I didn't pay $200 for an expensive camera strap, so I'm pretty happy about that. I've got my 10,000 milliamp hour external battery with 2.1 amp and 1 amp out. I love this thing, it saves the day. I have two different USB cables with it. This is just the ones I travel with. One's interchangeable, so it can do iPhone or regular USB, and this one's just a USB. It tends to do the trick pretty well. For lighting, I have been testing out something new. This is called it's a BioLite, it's a camping light, but instead of carrying a big pane light, this thing is actually pretty good. And you can actually get some good lighting and some good features with it. It's dimmable, it folds out so you can use it as a, directional light. It's all around pretty darn handy. On this trip, there's going to be some, I'm going to be near the water, so I decided to bring my Pentax waterproof. This is not a great camera, but you know, it's waterproof, and I'm okay with that. I'm probably not going to shoot with this too much. I'm only bringing one extra battery with it. I'm going to just charge both batteries and not even bring a charger because this will probably get used minimally, but it might be kind of cool to have, and I kind of don't want to regret not taking it if I feel like the urge I want to take a picture of fishes or something like that. If I run out of juice on these batteries, oh well, it's not a big loss to me. With the Sony and the Fuji, I'm bringing about 3-4 batteries a piece. The Sony is a battery hog, so in total I'm probably going to be traveling with 6 batteries. It's unfortunately part of living with a Sony camera. Every battery I've always had with them really just sucked, so not much I can do. Bringing my Just Giant USB charger for wherever I'm camped out. Multiple cables, just charges everything pretty fast. I can pretty much charge either one of these cameras via USB, and that will kind of save me time if I just want to top them up. So I tend to do that a little bit. Again, more pads of paper, pencils. This stuff is really, really handy doing shot logs or just capturing ideas or writing down information or drawing little sketches of where I'm at. Really like having this stuff on hand. So stickers and business cards for obvious reasons. Again, you know, business cards always go a long way. Maybe I run into a gallery, another photographer, someone I just want them to have my information or website. I like these smaller, slim profile business cards. I think they're pretty good. Easy to carry. Usually people don't lose them, but it's a great way to travel with them. And then stickers. Stickers go a long way to kind of say, hey, I do art, I do photography, have a sticker, it's something I made. It's kind of, if you run into a sticky situation or want to make a new friend, stickers always win. I can't say enough how many times I've run into people in the street when I'm doing street photography and they're just kind of being shy or whatever, or they're kind of curious of what's going on. This has smoothed over so many conversations and made it feel not apprehensive, like I'm out to kind of capture their image in a weird way. Street photography, definitely, for sure. It also leaves lasting impressions on people in terms of like go into an art studio or something like that and you want to say, that was cool. It's also fun to just leave your mark on cool places that have a lot of stickers. Can't complain. This little book is what I keep all those notes and stickers in. It's just a larger one. I like it has a zip pouch, so I can pretty much take all of these stickers, business cards, the whole 9 yards, load them in here, put my pens in here, and it's kind of this nice little contained unit. Really easy to toss in the bag and not worry about it too much. When I'm just carrying around the little travel camera, I use this. It's just a padded cloth, soft on one side, patterned on the other side, and you wrap your camera up like a present in it, and you're kind of like this, and you're good to go. It works well. Just toss the camera in my bag. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And that's about it. That's everything I got with me. That's how I kind of generally go shoot places. I don't do the big bags anymore. I mean, there's situations that call for, you know, large shoots with a lot of gear, and that's a whole other story. And I will be happy to make another video about that if you want to see it. Just let me know in the comments below. All right, thanks for stopping by. If you want to see more stuff like this, just please subscribe. Click here, or click there. Or I don't know. There's places to click, and I have a firm belief in the fact that I know you know how to click on those places. We'll probably do another big teardown of what's in my camera bag and the large edition of what I kind of would take to a larger shoot or something like that next time. So stay tuned.